Power in Formula One may have just changed forever. A decision approved by the FIA General Assembly in Macau has removed one of the most important limits in the governing body's structure, opening the door for FIA President Mohammed bin Sulayem to remain in office far longer than previously allowed. And for many observers, this is much bigger than a simple administrative change. Until now, FIA leadership was effectively restricted by a maximum term structure that prevented the concentration of power over long periods. But after a proposal submitted by bin Sulayem himself, members of the FIA Council voted to remove those limits. The approval was almost unanimous. As a result, the previous ceiling of 12 consecutive years is no longer in place. That alone would be a major development. But the implications go far beyond one position. The FIA is the organization that governs Formula One and many other motorsport categories around the world. Any change in how power is distributed at the top inevitably affects the future direction of the sport. This changes everything. The FIA defended the decision by saying the changes create a more consistent approach to term limits across all FIA bodies, including the World Councils and the Senate. According to an FIA spokesperson, the amendments were approved through the required voting process during the extraordinary General Assemblies. The organization also stated that its bodies retain full democratic authority to elect whichever leaders they believe are most suitable. And this is where the situation becomes serious. The reform does not simply remove limits, it also strengthens the eligibility requirements for future presidential candidates. According to the FIA, anyone seeking the presidency must now demonstrate significant experience within FIA structures, bringing the position more in line with existing requirements applied to other members of the presidential list. Supporters may argue that experience is essential for such a complex role. Critics, however, may see a different picture. By increasing eligibility requirements while simultaneously removing term limits, the path for challengers could become more difficult. That's the real issue. The discussion is no longer only about leadership continuity. It is also about who will realistically be able to compete for the top position in the future. Under the new rules, a president could theoretically remain in office indefinitely, provided they continue to win elections and do not reach the age limit of 70 years old. In practical terms, the position no longer has a fixed maximum duration. The only mechanisms for removal would be electoral defeat, internal processes, or age restrictions. For Formula One, the long-term consequences remain uncertain. Stability can bring consistency, but extended control can also reshape institutions in ways that only become visible years later. The vote has been cast, the rules have changed, and Mohammed bin Sulayem now stands in a stronger position than ever before. The question is whether this decision will strengthen the FIA's future or create a new debate about power and accountability that may not stop here. What's your take on this situation? Share your opinion below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Formula One updates.